On a clear Friday morning, the skies above Boca Raton, Florida were shattered by the deafening roar of a plane crash. The serene atmosphere was abruptly disrupted, leaving the community in shock and disbelief. It was April 11, 2025, just after 10:20 a.m., when a Cessna 310 private aircraft plummeted from the sky, crashing onto the tri-rail tracks near Interstate 95. The sudden descent of the aircraft was witnessed by many, adding to the horror of the event. The impact sent shockwaves through the community, leaving 3 people dead and 1 injured. Emergency responders quickly arrived at the scene, but the devastation was already immense. The tragedy unfolded in broad daylight, witnessed by horrified onlookers who could only watch in disbelief as the aircraft spiraled downwards. The sight of the plane losing control and descending rapidly was etched into the memories of those who saw it. The crash site, a tangle of mangled metal and debris, quickly became a scene of chaos and despair as first responders rushed to the scene. The wreckage was a grim reminder of the violent impact and the lives lost. The incident sent a chill down the spines of residents, many of whom were reminded of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. The community came together in mourning, reflecting on the suddenness of the tragedy. The question on everyone's mind was simple yet haunting: what went wrong? Investigations began immediately as authorities sought to uncover the cause of the crash and prevent such a tragedy from happening again. The single-engine Cessna 310 had taken off from the Boca Raton Airport just minutes before the crash. Destined for Tallahassee International Airport, the aircraft carried 3 individuals, their identities initially withheld pending notification of next of kin. The pilot, experienced and licensed, had filed a standard flight plan, indicating no signs of trouble ahead. The weather conditions that morning were optimal for flying. Clear skies, minimal wind, and good visibility. Air traffic control reported no distress calls from the aircraft prior to the crash, yet something went terribly wrong in those fateful minutes after takeoff. The investigation into the cause of the crash would be lengthy and complex, involving multiple agencies and experts. For those who witnessed the crash, the events of that morning would forever be etched in their memory. Jared Scarpato, a student pilot, recalled seeing the Cessna flying unusually low, struggling to gain altitude. It looked like the pilot was trying to turn back to the airport, he recounted, his voice trembling. Then it just nosedived. Dylan Smith, working in a nearby office building, felt the impact as a tremor that shook the windows. I looked outside and saw a massive fireball erupting near the tracks, he shared, still visibly shaken. It was like something out of a nightmare. Social media feeds were flooded with images and videos of the crash, capturing the horror and disbelief of those who witnessed the tragedy unfold. The accounts, raw and emotional, painted a picture of a community united in grief and searching for answers. The impact of the crash was immediate and far-reaching. The scene was chaotic, with debris scattered across a wide area and emergency vehicles rushing to the site. The crash not only caused physical damage but also sent shockwaves through the community, leaving residents in a state of shock and disbelief. Emergency responders, including firefighters, paramedics, and police officers, descended upon the crash site within minutes, battling flames and working tirelessly to secure the area. Their swift actions were crucial in preventing further injuries and potential fatalities. The coordination among the different emergency services was a testament to their training and dedication. The injured individual, a driver who had been passing by on I-95 at the time of the crash, was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The quick response of the paramedics ensured that the driver received immediate medical attention, which was vital in stabilizing their condition. The crash caused significant disruption to transportation in the area. Traffic came to a standstill as authorities worked to clear the wreckage and ensure the safety of the public. Commuters faced long delays and the usual flow of traffic was severely impacted. North Military Trail, a major thoroughfare, was closed between Northwest 19th Street and Butts Road. This closure affected thousands of drivers who rely on this route for their daily commute, forcing them to find alternative paths and adding to the overall congestion. The I-95 overpass at Glades Road was also shut down, snarling traffic for hours. The closure of such a critical junction created a ripple effect, causing delays and frustration for miles around. Drivers were left navigating through unfamiliar routes, adding to the chaos. Tri-rail service, which runs along the tracks where the plane crashed, was suspended indefinitely between the Boca Raton and Deerfield Beach stations, with a bus bridge established to transport passengers. This disruption affected daily commuters who depend on the train service for their travel, leading to longer travel times and inconvenience. Amtrak services were also impacted, with several trains canceled or delayed. Passengers faced uncertainty and frustration as they waited for updates on their travel plans. The ripple effect of the crash extended far beyond the immediate vicinity, affecting regional and long-distance travel. The crash left a scar on the landscape, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had occurred. The once serene area was now marked by the remnants of the disaster, and a memorial was set up to honor the lives affected by the crash. Debris from the plane was scattered across a wide area, and the smell of jet fuel lingered in the air. Investigators combed through the wreckage, piecing together the events that led to the crash. The scene was a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the suddenness with which disaster can strike. Section 5. Expert Opinions Piecing Together the Puzzle. Aviation experts were quick to offer their insights into the possible causes of the crash, emphasizing that it was too early to pinpoint the exact reason. They highlighted the complexity of aviation incidents, where multiple factors often interplay, making it challenging to single out one definitive cause without a thorough investigation. Willard Shepard, a seasoned pilot and aviation consultant, suggested that the Cessna's flight path, as described by witnesses, could indicate a possible loss of control. He noted that such scenarios are not uncommon, and can be triggered by various issues ranging from sudden mechanical failures to unexpected weather conditions. It appears the pilot was attempting to return to the airport, which suggests they were aware of a problem, he stated. This maneuver is often a pilot's immediate response when faced with an in-flight emergency, aiming to land safely and address the issue on the ground. This could point to a mechanical failure, engine trouble, or even pilot error. Each of these possibilities carries its own set of implications and would need to be meticulously examined to understand what went wrong. Shepard stressed the importance of the investigation process, which would involve a thorough examination of the wreckage, analysis of the plane's black box recordings, and interviews with air traffic controllers and potential witnesses. He emphasized that each piece of evidence could provide crucial insights into the sequence of events leading up to the crash. The investigation, conducted by the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board, would be meticulous and time-consuming, seeking to provide answers and prevent similar tragedies in the future. These agencies are known for their rigorous standards and dedication to uncovering the truth, ensuring that every aspect of the incident is scrutinized to enhance aviation safety. Local authorities wasted no time in responding to the tragedy. Boca Raton Mayor Scott Singer expressed his condolences to the families of the victims, saying, "Our hearts are heavy today as we mourn the loss of life in this terrible accident." He praised the swift response of first responders, saying they demonstrated incredible courage and professionalism in the face of tragedy. The FAA and NTSB pledged a thorough and transparent investigation. "We are committed to finding out what happened and why," an NTSB spokesperson stated. "Our goal is to prevent similar accidents from happening again." The agencies urged anyone with information about the crash to come forward, assuring the public that no detail was too small to be potentially significant in the investigation. The Boca Raton plane crash was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of events. The tragedy left a void in the lives of those who lost loved ones, and the community as a whole grappled with the emotional toll. Grief counseling services were offered to first responders and witnesses, recognizing the traumatic nature of the event. The community came together to support the victims' families, offering condolences, prayers, and assistance during their time of need. While the physical damage would eventually be repaired, the emotional scars of the tragedy would likely linger. The healing process would be slow and arduous, requiring patience, understanding, and unwavering support. As the investigation continued, the focus shifted to remembering and honoring the lives lost in the crash. The identities of the victims were released. John Smith, a successful businessman known for his philanthropy; Mary Jones, a beloved teacher who had touched the lives of countless students; and David Brown, a talented musician with a promising future. Their stories, shared by friends and family, painted a picture of three individuals who had lived full and meaningful lives. They were remembered for their kindness, generosity, and the positive impact they had on the world around them. The Boca Raton plane crash served as a tragic reminder of the importance of aviation safety. While the investigation was ongoing, the incident renewed calls for enhanced safety measures and regulations within the aviation industry. Experts emphasized the need for continuous improvement in pilot training, aircraft maintenance, and air traffic control procedures. They also highlighted the importance of investing in new technologies and innovations that could further enhance safety in the skies. The tragedy underscored the critical role that investigations play in preventing future accidents. By understanding the causes of the crash, the aviation industry could learn valuable lessons and implement necessary changes to make flying safer for everyone.